So now if I tumble the view, you can see that I've got 3 faces engraved. I'm going to tumble it so that I can see the left side. And I'm also going to make the stock model invisible, or toggle off the visibility of the current stock model. From here, I'm going to copy one of the existing toolpaths. You can see that I have a green check next to just one of them. When you have just one selected, right click, copy. Next to the insertion arrow, right click, paste. Expand the copied toolpath. I'm going to start by going into the parameters, and I'm going to update the tool plane. Go to planes. For the tool plane, I'll select the select tool plane icon. I'm going to set the tool plane to L side plane. Select OK. Then I'm going to carry it over to the construction plane. From here, I'll go up to the toolpath type. I can access the chain geometry from here. I'll start by deselecting the deselected geometry. I'll select geometry or select chains. The wireframe chaining dialog box appears. Wireframe is selected, 3D, and selection method is set to window. Window select the letters for the left side face or L side face. Now, once again, you don't see anything selected. You have to select the start point. So I'll let my cursor lock on to this endpoint right here. I'll select OK. And that should be all the changes that we need to make this toolpath work for the L side face or the L side engraving. From here, I'll select OK. With just this toolpath selected, I can run it in backplot. I don't see any issues with the toolpath from backplot. So from here, I'll exit backplot. I'll save my work. I'll go to the level manager. I'm going to make the L side label invisible. I'll make the one label visible and the L side label invisible. Go back to the toolpath manager. Select the entire first operation toolpath group. You have green checks next to everything. And then select verify. Inside of verify, once again, make sure stop condition collision is turned on. And then run it. Select the play button. I can see the engraving on the front, R side, back, and L side faces. From here, I'll exit verify. We'll create a stock model that reflects what this toolpath has done. Make sure that the insertion arrow is at the very end of the toolpath group. Go to the toolpath tab, select stock model. Machining backside or back plane. For the initial stock shape, use the machining, this will be machining the L side. So we'll call this, so the initial stock shape is machining back label. This will be L side label. So name machining L side label, initial stock shape is going to be the machining back label. Then for the source operation, select the contour toolpath that we just created. I'll select OK. I'm inspecting the stock model. I can see the engraving on all of the faces that we've machined so far. It looks good. Once you verify that it's correct, you can toggle out the visibility of that stock model. We're now going to engrave the first angled face. I'm going to grab one of the existing toolpaths. Just one of them selected, right-click copy. Next to the insertion arrow, right-click paste. I need to expand the toolpath. I'll start by going into the parameters. Go down to planes. And I'm going to set the tool plane to match this face. If I go to the select tool plane icon, and I'm looking for, what did I name it? I see 2, 3, 4. I don't see a 1. I suspect it might be this one right here, where I didn't name it properly. I'll select OK. Carry it over to the construction plane. I'm going to hit the OK icon and then go to my plane manager. Yes, so in my case, it's called plane. I need to rename this to one plane. So with it selected, I can right click, rename one plane. Now if I go back to the toolpath manager, go back to the parameters for that new toolpath, and you see how it updated? So tool plane should be set to one plane, and then the construction plane is also set to one plane. From here, I'll go back up to the toolpath type. I'll select the geometry. I'll select geometry or select chains. Wireframe change dialog box appears. Carefully select just the geometry that represents your label. And in this case, I'm going to just lock on to the midpoint here. Everything becomes selected. I'll select OK. And that should take care of all the changes that we need to make to this toolpath. From here, I'll look at it from an isometric view. I'm going to turn off the visibility of this level. In the toolpath manager, I'll select the entire toolpath group. I'll save my work. And then I'll run the toolpaths and verify. Instead of verify, make sure that the stop condition collision is turned on and then select play. And you can see top label or the one label is engraved on that angled surface. To engrave this face, we needed to have the center of the tool perpendicular to this face. And that's what we have going on when we identified that tool plane as a tool plane for this particular toolpath. So from here, I can exit verify. I can look at it from an isometric view, and I'll save my work. The next thing we'll need to do is we're going to need to create the stock model that reflects what this toolpath has done. So I'm going to go up to Toolpaths, Stock Model. For the stock definition, we'll say machining one label or label one, say one label. For the initial stock shape, I'm going to select the L-side label, machining L-side label. Go to source operation. I'm going to select the last contour toolpath that we made. And something else that I should be updating as I copy and paste, I should be updating the comment on the tool page. And that's something I forgot to do. I'll go back in and I'll correct those. I'll do that at the very end. But for now, I will just keep moving forward. So I zoom in, you can see the engraving on the front or the angled face that we've identified as 1. From here, I'll toggle off the visibility of that stock model. I'll go to the level manager. I'll make level 2 visible. I'll go back to the toolpath manager and I'm going to copy the last toolpath that I created. With just that toolpath selected, right click, copy. Next to the insertion arrow, right click, paste. I'll expand the new toolpath. I'll go to parameters. I'll start by updating the plane. So I'll go to planes. Tool plane, let's change that to 2. So 2 plane. Select OK. I'll carry that over to the construction plane. Go to the tool page. We need to update the comment. So this time we're engraving to label. Then I'll go down to, actually I'll go up to toolpath type. I'll deselect the current geometry and then I'll add the new geometry. Windows select the geometry that makes up our label. Identify the start point and then select OK. So we start by updating the plane, reselect the geometry, and then update the comment on the tool page. From here, I'll select OK. I'll backplot the new toolpath. I'll exit backplot. I'm going to make level 2 or the name or the level 2 label invisible. I'll select the entire first operation toolpath group, and then I'll run it and verify. Stop condition collision is still turned on. I'll select play. Everything appears to be good. From here, I'll exit verify. I'm going to create a stock model that reflects what that toolpath has just done. I'll go to Toolpaths, Stock Model. I'll call this one Machining To Label. For the initial stock shape, set that to Machining Label 1. And I have a typo there, so I'll go back in and I'll fix that too. For the source operation, select the toolpath that we just created. I'll select OK. Mastercam creates the stock model, and you can see we have 2 engraved on this face. Now, if I go to this stock model, I have a typo, so I'm going to update that. It's right here. Okay, should be good. I need to engrave 3 on this face. I'll start by toggling off the visibility of the existing or the visible stock model. I'll go to the level manager. I'll make the 3 level visible. Go back to the toolpath manager. copy one of the existing contour toolpaths. Right-click copy. Next to the insertion arrow, right-click paste. Expand it if it's not already expanded. Go into the parameters for that toolpath. Let's start by changing the plane. I'll go to planes. We're going to change this to 3. Select OK. And then I'll carry this over to the construction plane with this icon. I'll go up to toolpath type. I'll deselect the selected geometry. I'll select chains. Wireframe chaining dialog box appears. Carefully select the geometry that makes up the label 3. I did a window selection. I still have to select the start point, so I'm going to lock on to the bottom of this letter. Here you can see everything has been selected. I'll select OK. Go to Tool, and then in the comment field, let's update the comment. Select OK. I'll turn off the visibility of the 3 label. I'll make the 4 label visible. Go back to the toolpath manager. I'll select the entire first operation toolpath group. Green checks next to everything. I'll save my work. And then I'll run verify. Inside of verify, I'm making sure that stop condition collision is turned on. And then I'll select play. Everything appears to be correct. So from here, I'll exit verify. We'll need to make a stock model that reflects what this toolpath has done. So with the insertion arrow at the very end of the toolpath group, toolpath tab, in the stock section, select stock model. For the name, I'm going to call it machining. Machining. Relabel. For the initial stock shape, machining to label, the previous stock model. And then for the source operation, I'm going to select the contour toolpath that we just created. I'll select OK. Mastercam will generate or create the stock model. Zoom in, inspect the engraving. Everything appears to be correct. From here, I can look at it from an isometric view, and I'll save my work.